Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. SmackDown's over. Another show is in the books. We're now just about 8-9 days away from Survivor Series, and pretty much nothing has really been determined. We got, I guess, all 5 competitors for SmackDown's team put together. We've got at least 4 of the women for their team put together. But truthfully, not much else has really been set up. Just one second here, guys. Get my chat and everything set up. So, oh my goodness. SmackDown Live. I don't even... I'm going to get a drink real quick. Man, oh man. Oh man. I promise not to do anything like last week. I can promise you all that. SmackDown Live, in a word. Passable is a good word. Decent is probably even a better word. SmackDown Live was decent tonight. It was definitely not the best SmackDown Live I've ever watched. It was, in a sense, it really did Survivor Series no justice. Like zero bit of justice for Survivor Series. Now, I can appreciate the fact that we know for a fact, minus Charlotte, I don't know what they're going with that storyline. She'll probably be like a very last second add-on into the match. But I do appreciate them getting their ducks in a row, at least as far as for the main 2 5-on-5 matches, they've got their stuff together. They know who's going to be in it. However, Shane McMahon being the 3rd member of that team just bugs me. It bugs me. It's taking a spot away from somebody else. Randy Orton is not on this card. Jeff Hardy is not going to be on this card. Almas is not going to be on this card. Rusev, not on this card. So, Shane McMahon is literally keeping a few people out of this match. No, we got Rey Mysterio. We got Samoa Joe, Samoa Joe should be in this match. Daniel Bryan should definitely be in this match. Even Miz should be in this match. 3 out of the 5 definitely should be in this match. And I can understand Rey just came back. You obviously want to put him into the match. I get that. That's understandable. But Shane McMahon, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, obviously, but I'm definitely not in agreement with it. Not even a little bit. I don't like the best in the world moniker that they're throwing at him. Thank God Shane has denied that he is the best in the world. But remember, they said it's going to be a slow build to him turning heel. I did like the interactions with Daniel Bryan and The Miz as co-captains. As you saw in the title, they are co-captains. But I do not want Shane McMahon in this match. The women's team, it's not bad. I mean, they don't have many other options, but it was not a bad team. They left out Lana, thank God. They didn't put Mandy Rose on this team. Also a good thing. Why ain't Asuka the captain? Last year, they brought it up. Last year for Raw, she won that match, was the sole survivor, and Paige doesn't want to make her the captain. No, she prefers Charlotte to be the captain, but then Charlotte is a no-show. Survivor Series build is god-awful. One, you gave yourselves 2 weeks to build a pay-per-view that's supposed to be about brand supremacy. The one night a year that Raw faces SmackDown. God, how many times am I got to hear that? That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting. It's 2 weeks to build. Raw hasn't even picked anyone for their women's team. They still have 2 spots open on the men's side. And they didn't even mention the fact that there was going to be a 5-on-5 tag team Survivor Series match. We didn't find that out till tonight. I guess they decided, well, we don't have New Day as champions. We want New Day on the show. So I guess we'll throw them in. Is there even 5 teams on SmackDown? Or on Raw? Either show?
Yeah. They just don't show them every week.
So what's the point? Why feature them now? Why not just make it New Day and Usos versus whoever? They can still do 5-5. There you go. But no, it's going to be 5 teams of 2. 10 men on each side. Wow. I mean, I could probably go on and on and on and on about this stuff. But would it really matter? No, not really. WWE's still going to do what they're going to do. I'm still going to watch because me and him know we're going to get mad views next weekend. Mad views. I mean, it's going to be a big weekend for this channel. Between TakeOver and Survivor Series and then Raw next week, huge week. Now, SmackDown more or less, put all their eggs in their basket tonight, while Raw is still building next week for the go-home show. How do you have a go-home show? 2 go-home shows in 3 weeks. I am a dork. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a dork.
Who said that?
Hold on. Just 1 second, guys. Go ahead and talk about what you thought, what you did see, because he didn't watch the entire show. He
I had to go help with something and show off my new car. What I did see, I saw the opening. Paige came out. Shane McMahon came out, picked up his new trophy, which I didn't expect it for that to be that big. And it was kind of cool looking. And then he announced Daniel Bryan as team captain, and then The Miz came out and whined, like always. And then they both became team captains. And then I saw, what was the match I saw?
First match was New Day and Usos.
Oh, yeah, the New Day and Usos, which I didn't watch very much of it because I was waiting on my order and doing things with the car. But you know how I feel about that. I'm getting tired of New Day. I'm glad Usos won.
Although, they're still in it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about the build that you're doing for Survivor Series? What did you think about Shane McMahon being in the match?
I was fine with it because I'm a fan of Shane.
So you're okay with someone who's not a full-time competitor taking a spot from someone who should be in a match, who can get the limelight at a show like Survivor Series. You're okay with that?
I'm okay with Shane being on the team, yeah.
You're a fucking idiot. I will say it, and I don't give a damn who it offends. He's an idiot. How in the world can you be okay with a part-time 50-year-old man taking a spot away from a talent who's actually there all year and deserves to be in a spot to have a chance to be in the limelight and maybe get a rub off of being in a match like this? Last year's match looked way better than this one's going to be. I can't even begin to fathom who they're going to put on damn Raw's side for the final 2. God help us all.
He was in it last year, too.
And he shouldn't have been in it last year. I wasn't a fan of it last year either. Oh, but Daniel Bryan made him the captain last year. Did it again this year. I'm not okay with it. So, oh, why am I shutting that off? I need to keep that on so I can monitor things. Oh.
Yeah, but who are they going to put on there? Everybody else is basically B-rated stars if it's not AJ Styles. And AJ Styles has his own match.
So
he can't be in the Survivor Series match.
For those who didn't know, Jose Lothario has passed away. That's breaking news. Justin LaBar tweeted out, sad news, and ironically, sad news. The day after Shawn Michaels returned, Jose Lothario has passed away. Those who don't know, Jose Lothario was the manager and helped train Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away at age 83. So, I mean, the guy lived a...
Man, he was that old?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that old.
Screen's acting up.
Our hearts go out to the family and deepest condolences and respect.
It's a mood killer. Look, I understand as a fan of Shane McMahon, but this is not Shane McMahon 10 years ago or 15 years ago where, hey, it's kind of cool. Throw Shane in the match. That's interesting. Or this isn't 2000 and 2001. This isn't 98, 99. This is 2018. And you're leaving Andrade Cien Almas off the card. You're leaving Rusev off the card. You're leaving freaking Randy Orton off the card.
Yeah, but we don't know the full team yet.
Yes, we do. The entire team has been put together.
And Raw hasn't?
No. The entire SmackDown team has been put together. There is no other spots unless you're in a tag team. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable will be in it. They'll be in one. So Bobby Roode will still make the card. But Randy Orton's not on a team. I mean, freaking Jeff Hardy is off this card. You know, Jeff's supposed to be this big star. What is he going to be doing in Survivor Series? Sitting at home, watching.
Yeah. I had a problem with that. I had an issue with the fact that they said that he was one of the top main superstars of SmackDown. How in the heck do you call him one of the top guys and you're not selling him as a top guy? You're not selling anybody as a top guy except for one person. You're not even selling your women's champion as a top women's champion or one of the top women on the show. You're classifying her as beneath Charlotte's feet. You have more than one person on the show, not just AJ Styles. AJ Styles is great. He's excellent. He's got the skills. He's got the talent. He can talk on the mic. He's not the only guy on the show.
That's my Joker impression. My Jared Leto Joker impression. I don't know. Shane McMahon is a big fat no, a big fat L for me being on the team. He just is. Taking a spot away from someone else who deserves it. No. So you're cool with Shane. I am 1010% not. I can't help that it looks so pissed off. I am pissed off. I watched a show where a guy who's in his 50s, who's not a full-time wrestler, is taking a spot away from someone who should be.
Who are you arguing with?
Friends. I'm arguing with friends about it. She's saying, don't be angry. Stop looking so mad. I can't help it. I am mad. Dang.
That's like putting Undertaker back on SmackDown, putting the title on him, and promoting somebody else as the top guy on SmackDown.
Except that's kind of what happens nowadays. Who was it? Kevin Owens was the Universal Champion. Supposed to be the top guy, right? You're the champion. You're supposed to be the top guy. But who did they promote as the top guy? Roman Reigns. So that's just how it's always going to be.
You know what would happen if they actually did that? Every show, the fans would boo through the whole show. Show, 2 hours.
They did boo.
Boo.
So, I don't know. We could probably sit here and argue for an hour or complain even for an hour about this whole Survivor Series thing. You're partially okay with some things. I'm completely not okay with others. So we would, I guess, agree to disagree.
Yeah, it is.
I'm saying that was a weird thing. AJ Styles, he did a good little promo tonight. Cut a promo. AJ Styles has been WWE champion
for way too long.
A year this week, or is it? It's a year this week or a year next week. So a year basically. AJ Styles has been the WWE champion. I don't see how, for a guy who liked Hulk Hogan, who had the belt for a long time, how you're so against a guy nowadays being champion for a long time. I get Brock Lesnar. He was never on TV. Ever.
They didn't do the same thing over and over back then like they do now.
Actually,
same match. Same person.
Well, that's not
same person. Same person.
But
same person. Same person.
But that's not AJ Styles' fault. AJ Styles don't book himself. At least he's been there the entire year. He's been wrestling house shows, main shows, pay-per-views. Brock Lesnar, shoot, not even a full weekend, and he's already skipped a show. And we'll see him. We'll see him Monday. We'll see him at Survivor Series, and we won't see him again.
It's not a shocker.
I mean, I understand AJ Styles' title reign has kind of become a dud. After WrestleMania, his title reign started doing this, started dipping. So I understand.
But yet they keep the title.
Well, there's a plan. I'm okay. I am okay with a long title reign if it's booked right.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I say get rid of New Day.
There's been glimpses that they're not the champions. So that what does that have to do with the new? What does the long title reign have to do with the New Day right now?
How long did they have the belts?
That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
So that is, I mean, their title reign was booked okay.
They need to stop doing the same thing over and over again and doing stupid things.
Well, then don't get mad at AJ. Get mad at the creative. They're the ones who are supposed to book this stuff.
I have been for the last 19 years because somebody should be there writing.
Yeah. No, because then I couldn't be doing what I'm doing here, and that wouldn't be any good. So I can't.
And you would have money.
I'd have a lot.
You would have a house.
I would have more money.
You would have been trained. You would be having doctors to take care of certain things. And your children would have the best education and home. And do I need to go on? Your other ideas would be...
My other ideas would be pushed down like the rest of creative's ideas are pushed down because Vince McMahon doesn't like what creative has to say.
You would have had books published after books published. You'd probably be bestseller of the year like Mick Foley.
Doubtful. Because, like I said, I've heard stories from creative, and 90% of the time, what creative tries to give to Vince McMahon, he doesn't accept anyways, because he wants everything to be what Vince McMahon wants. He don't like good ideas unless they come from himself, or at least what he thinks is good ideas.
Yeah, we all know he's been stone cold stunnered and hit with a steel chair one too many times.
Now, how is it?
Not that I'm blaming Stone Cold for it.
How is it live? When I'm looking at myself in this camera, I don't look that bad. But when I look down at myself inside the little screen, I look like 10 times bigger than I actually am. Is it true? Camera really adds weight that much?
Well, let's see.
Like, golly. Are you trying to show off?
You said it makes you look bigger. I was seeing if it would make me look bigger.
Yeah. Like my face looks really big, but it's really not that big.
Let's see it. See what you're talking about.
I looked at what I'm talking about several times.
I'm looking at what you're talking about.
We're stopping the review to see. He's like still flexing, even though what a nerd. In the words of Derek, nerd. Shout out to Derek, by the way. Nerd.
Well, I don't see what your problem is.
I see my problem. Look, I'm looking at myself here, and then I look at myself there, and it looks bigger.
I don't see what your problem is.
Maybe I'm just fat. I don't know. Anyways, AJ Styles had a good promo. We'll get more into his promo in a minute or so, but Becky Lynch's promo. Were you still here for Becky?
Yeah, I was here.
The Man, Becky Lynch. He doesn't understand why she calls stuff the Man. I don't know either.
That was a good match, though.
Oh my God, Nikki Cross. Okay, I'm torn on this. I'm torn on this because one, I love Nikki Cross, but what is he doing? I don't know. I guess
I'm getting my vodka.
Yeah, that's right. He's got his vodka.
Hey, Mom. It's water.
I don't know what to say. I'm torn. I love Nikki Cross, but you and I both know what happens when people are added to the main roster. She's going to be buried, pushed down, and then Nikki Cross will cease to exist in the world of professional wrestling anymore.
Just like the last 9 women's wrestlers that stepped up to the big times.
She'll be like Sasha and Bayley. She'll be treated like Becky was last year.
And still is.
She's booked as the Man. She's the champ, right? She beat Charlotte.
She's just a person with a belt on her shoulder.
She beat Charlotte clean in a last man standing match. That's
Anybody
not bad. That's not
Anybody
bad.
can do that. But I'm talking about how they're treating her.
Hold on, stop.
How they're
Hold
showing
on,
her. How
stop.
they're promoting her.
Hold on, stop. Anyone could do that. Has anyone beat Charlotte the way Becky's been beating Charlotte? Yes or no?
They could.
They could. Have they, though? No. Charlotte actually has been beat clean by Becky. And Charlotte cannot get the upper hand on her.
And
that's a good thing.
She wasn't the only one to do that, but nobody really cared or even showed off on it.
Sasha?
Passed over on it.
Sasha?
Not just her.
Sasha did not have Charlotte's number like they've had Becky have her number. Remember they're back and forth, flip-flopping the title for like 6 months? That is not the case here. I'm not saying Charlotte won't get the belt back.
That's because they're trying to get that number 15.
Oh, they're probably going to go for like 18 or 20 by the time this woman's career's done. But hey, she wasn't on the show tonight, so.
Which made the show better than a -10.
It's always better than a -10, at least to me.
Not when she steps out on the scene, her whining self.
So that is more or less like, to me, the biggest parts of SmackDown. Otherwise, you just had Miz and Bryan kind of going back and forth, selecting team members. Excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off the top. I'm going to run through this show.
I thought we already did the top.
No, I mean, we're going actually through result, like, details. There wasn't a whole lot more to the show. I was scared to death Shane McMahon was going to come out and act like a fool.
I told you he wasn't.
Oh, it's a slow burn, though. That's the rule. Slow, steady build to Shane being that way. By next year, they have a McMahon as a face or as a heel on SmackDown. So the show starts off with freaking Paige introducing everyone. Welcome to SmackDown Live. Bye. And then she introduces Shane. Says, oh, and Shane got booed out of the building. No one was having it. No one was having Shane tonight. Very uncharacteristic of Shane's normal introductions. He was booed heavily.
Yeah, he's
tonight.
also in another country.
Well, we'll see how he's reacted
Other
next
countries
week.
don't like McMahon's because of Vince.
We will see how he is perceived when we come back to the States. And we'll see what you can use to defend that one. So they get CM Punk chants. Because, they mentioned best in the world. And, of course, automatically CM Punk chants start. Shane does admit, though, he's not the best in the world with the roster that they have. Thank God. He says that he just acted on instinct when Miz went down and couldn't finish competing. That's all that he did. So then he started going to the Survivor Series. Got the fucking music playing in the background for the theme song. And they're going over all the matches. One is definitely confirmed. That's the AOP versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Didn't see them tonight outside of them being backstage watching the New Day. Leave my beanie alone. It's Inside Out. You look so stupid. Get him, Rocky. That's what you are, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Mickey.
Oh, goodness. Oh, SmackDown. Oh, SmackDown. Go ahead. Do it. Just say, get him, Rocky. Get in the face.
I didn't hear that bell, Rocky. I didn't hear that bell. I'm not hearing no fat lady sing. I'm more of a Rocky, not a Mick.
Go ahead. Do your Rocky impression. I got to hear this one, too. This
Rocky
is...
impression.
Yeah, just Adrian, whatever you want to say.
Hey, yo, Adrian.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Yo, Adrian. I suck at it anyways. So, back to SmackDown. Let's get back to that. So, of course, he announces the men's Raw side of things and introduces Daniel Bryan as the captain, which leads to The Miz coming out, who says that he should be 2/3 of the best in the world because he did win 2 of the matches clean.
2/3, but he wants the belt, the trophy to be at his house for 20 days.
Well, I mean, he at least asked. Shane, I guess, is saying
And then he
no.
asked Shane to move in.
It says, have a nice spare bedroom next to, what was his baby's? Monroe's bed. I mean, and Shane's like, no, we're not doing that. No. But he does say that he can be the co-captain for the Survivor Series team. And even Miz is like, do you really think this is going to work?
No.
So they're backstage, and Shane says, look, this is what I want. I want you guys. I want your team to be uncomfortable. And then Miz says, hey.
Yeah, really uncomfortable.
Miz says, hey, he's in. Daniel says he's in. Then he says, all right, I need you guys to name your other 3 members tonight. Miz says, okay, then I want you, Shane. And Shane says, hey, tonight's not the night for, kissing butt or anything. And Daniel Bryan, who's just looking there all stressed out, says, you know what? I hate to say this, and I didn't think I'd ever hear myself say it, but I agree with The Miz. And Miz is like, Miz stops and like, what? And he's like, no one has more stakes in this than you do, so maybe you should be a part of the team. And then she's like, okay, I guess so. And then he walks off. And they kind of look at each other like, weird. Which is funny because I said weird and then Daniel said weird twice.
And then I told him to shut up and put his microphone away.
And then they both walked off. But then we got our opening bout, which was a fantastic tag team match. You can hate on the New Day, but their matches with the Usos are always good. The Usos.
There you go.
I know, I said something else. The Usos. Usos suck.
No, it's no longer Usos. It's Oos.
Yo, Oos. Hey, Oos.
Get it right.
Oos. Ooh. I don't know. I kind of looked at it, but it was like...
She looked like she was trying to bite air above the bowl.
Not happening. That's not happening. I mean, unless you really, really want us to. Someone wants to know when we're going to start stripping. Not happening.
Who are you talking to?
I have my friends. I have friends watching. Who are popping in and out.
Your friends that are watching. No.
I know. That's what
absolutely not.
But yeah, the Usos, like I said, they always have good matches. There's a spot though, Big E did the spear, missed, and then no-sold the hell out of that thing. He just jumped up and then I think it was Jimmy, just got ramsacked right into the barricade.
It's kind of like the knee injury of The Miz. He forgot that he had that and started walking around normal.
Yeah, well, then he just forgot.
And then backstage,
match had great pace. The Usos always are a great team. I agree with you. I'm thrilled the Usos won. They're the captains. I agree with them being the captains.
And then turned around and made them the...
Match was super competitive, had a lot of near falls in it. The match ends with the big series of moves, Big E ends up getting the hot tag. I will say this match I think went too long, but
who's going to be the extra person in this match? Because all three of them are in the match.
No, it's going by team. There's 5 teams for each side, so there's still 3 teams to be added.
3 members of the team, and they're all 3 going to be in the match. All 3.
No, they weren't a couple years ago either. It was just 2 of them. They'll pick which 2 will be in the match, and those 2 will be there, and the other 2 will be, ringside. It'll probably be Big E and Coffee. Why do I always call him Coffee instead of Kofi?
Because you want coffee, you old man.
I do want
you
coffee.
Old fart.
We went to a restaurant the other day, and I didn't get no food. I asked for a piece of pie and a cup of coffee, black.
It was called Mary Joe's.
And that's all I had was give me a piece of pie and a cup of coffee. I am getting old. Holy crap, you're right. But the Usos won after this really nasty power bomb. I don't know what coffee. I'm just gonna keep saying coffee.
Look at that face.
What Kofi was doing, but he got power bombed, and then the big splash. The Usos are the captains, but then they showed the respect after the match, and the Usos added them to the match. Now, again, I don't know if there's even 5 teams. Hey, I'm serious. Hey, stop that. It's so funny. I don't even think there is 5 teams.
How many times are you going to say that over and over?
Until I can beat the point home and people agree with me. Why is there even 5 teams on SmackDown? We got Sanity. We got the Usos. We got the New Day. We've got, Sheamus and Cesaro. But they're already in a match, so there's still, I can't think of any other teams.
Sheamus and Cesaro has fallen down.
The Colognes, they're a team. Gallows and Anderson, but I haven't seen them in like a month or 2. Literally, I think there is just enough teams to do this match. And half the teams haven't seen the light of day. And
we still got the legendary teams that he wouldn't want in there anymore.
Well, they're not a part of the roster. They're not a part of the SmackDown roster. So, the active roster, I think there's just 5 teams.
They're putting everybody else in there. Why not?
Well, because you can only put 5 teams.
Hey.
I just don't think there is. And I don't give a damn about any of the Raw side. Where's Bray Wyatt?
Hey, yo. Don't make me throw a toothpick at you.
Whatever, Razor.
That's just like for years. The Royal Rumble has been 30 men, and what did they do last year or the year before?
Well, that's different.
They could change it up.
That's different because, thank you for the comment on the poster, whichever one you were referring to. The Royal Rumble is supposed to have surprises.
They were talking about this one. That's the only cool one up there to cite.
Sure they were. I bet. But that's different. It's the Royal Rumble. This is Survivor Series. Put your active roster on there. Actually, I'd say put only active roster in the Rumble match.
You know what I'd like to see? Active roster versus the Legends.
I don't know if there's enough legends out there that people would care.
What are you talking about?
A lot of them I don't think could wrestle, and the ones who are capable of wrestling probably won't have the time to do it on the schedule. Because most of them are, doing other things. I don't think any of them could wrestle a full-time schedule for a year anymore. Most of them.
Just for one match. Who said anything about a year?
You could have swore you said for a year.
I said for 1 year.
You did. That's why said.
For this pay-per-view.
You should have said for one show, not for 1 year. Because I'm sure the others were like, for a year? Like, holy crap.
I'm talking about the pay-per-view. The Survivor Series pay-per-view for 1 year.
No, I don't. I'm. That's part of the problem, though. WWE and some fans relying on past legends to come in and try to make a show better.
No.
Stop asking for legends. No. I don't want no more legends.
That's not what I meant.
None. No, I don't want them at all.
Raw Attitude Era versus
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
You don't want nothing. If somebody's been on the show for 10 years, you don't want them.
I don't want the Attitude Era stuff. The Rock ain't gonna be there. Undertaker's still there part-time. Austin can't wrestle. Triple H, you would get mad if Triple H was
has been cleared to wrestle. He just chooses not to.
Because one bump and he'll probably hurt his neck.
No, he's perfectly fine. He's had his surgeries and his therapy and everything else.
And why risk it
cleared
for a match that's meaningless anyways? That'd be a meaningless match.
To have fun.
And Austin has said, I might consider wrestling, but for the right price and with the right guy, but he's not going to come for some meaningless new guys versus older guys. Because would they really put the top guys in that match? No, because they say the top 5 guys for the main match, which would be a 5-on-5.
Is that they would take that as an honor. And half of them probably has that as a dream to face them.
First of all, they don't book the show. Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn book Raw, and they help book SmackDown.
Kevin Dunn can kiss my butt.
He'd kiss your butt if it was made of wood. You didn't catch the reference. It's okay. I'll explain to you afterwards. Kevin Dunn with his buck teeth. JD from New York always makes fun about eating wood like a beaver.
Hey,
so
this is JD from Jacksonville.
JD from J-Town. Okay.
J-Ville.
No, they call it J-Town. They call it J-Town.
Who said that?
Everyone. My friend.
J-Ville.
My friend who was in the Army, who was from Jacksonville, they said it was J-Town. He called it J-Ville. He calls it J-Town.
He can call it whatever he wants.
He's from there.
But I'm also from Johnson City, so it's got a J in there too.
Yeah, and you guys suck. Didn't even make the playoffs.
We beat you guys in the spelling bee, but somehow we're the dumber school.
The spelling bee? I don't even care about a spelling bee.
Yeah, but somehow we're the dumber school, as you guys put it. We can't beat you guys anything but baseball, basketball, spelling bee, wrestling.
Can't say football anymore. Track. Can't say football anymore.
Well, they don't have Mike Rood. Mike Rood was the man. Mike Rood could have been in the NFL as a coach, but he turned that down.
I'm not saying because of that reason. I'm saying because we don't play each other anymore.
Yeah, but I was just told the other day that we have a coach. That's not even worth the time and paper that
I wouldn't know. I don't track JC anymore. We're no longer in conferences together.
You know where he's from?
I don't know. What's his name?
I don't remember his name, but I was told he's from here, and I can understand why he's making the school look crappy.
That's weird because Carterville usually is full of winners. We've not had a losing season in decades.
I said I understand why he's making the school look bad because...
Oh, why? Oh, gosh. You're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, stop it. He's from Carterville, so he's making the team look bad. Okay, if he did that and made the team look bad and kept getting like a losing record, he'd be fired. He'd be fired after
They praise the guy for some reason.
Oh, whatever.
The school board does.
I don't know. I'll have to look up their record and look up his name. I'll have to find all that stuff out. But where were we? We were talking about the Usos, right? Now. So, yeah. No, we weren't talking about the Usos.
What are you talking about? We were talking about Kevin Dunn.
Well, I forgot. Oh, because you were going on about that Survivor Series match. Look.
Oh, that was already before that. What are you? Wake up!
I don't want no.
Do you want me to go get you a mid-calf?
Yes, please. Go get me one. I don't want no legends of any site for any reason. I don't want them no more. Keep them away from my team.
We already passed that.
No, we weren't because that kind of got into
We already passed that because we went to Kevin Dunn and then you started ranting.
Oh, I'm going back to that and finishing up my thought. I'm just finishing my thoughts.
You get on to me for it.
No legends. No legends. I don't like the match idea. I don't need a legend to be a part of a show. Fucking just build the talent you have and build new legends.
We'll see what Jake says. He'll be the final say.
Okay, message him. Say, would you want to see an Attitude Era roster versus the new guys?
We'll ask him that when he's live next.
Oh, that's why I got on the Kevin Dunn thing. Because Kevin Dunn and Vince would probably book some mediocre guys from the mid-card and make it sound like they were the best roster they could throw together to wrestle the old roster.
No.
Yeah, they probably would, because that's Vince McMahon's booking ideas. Jesus, help us, please. Moving on. More Daniel Bryan stuff. Oh, we're going to have Samoa Joe versus freaking Jeff Hardy to see who's the last member of the team.
And yet again, how is he one of your top main guys when you don't
We'll get there. Hold on. Headies, buddy. It's okay. I understand. Just hold it in just a little bit longer.
Don't do the same thing with Rey Mysterio.
Anyways, the man, Becky Lynch, comes out to cut a promo. Great reception.
Again?
Well, I'm good. Follow along. I'm overviewing things. I'm actually going into detail because I'm actually going to play part of the promo for her. So Becky Lynch cut a promo. I couldn't find it on the WWE website because WWE's not putting their SmackDown content till the next day now for some reason. So I'm going to play a clip of it from Twitter. And hopefully...
You don't get in trouble for it.
Oh, no. I didn't get a strike. This is under the fair use law. No, I'm allowed to do
Twitter.
Twitter, it's WWE's thing. Twitter doesn't give you strikes. So
that was one ugly face.
I know. It was like being watched from behind or something. All right, so here we go. Very passionate promo from Becky tonight. Very, very face-like promo, actually. They only did like a minute of this. This was about a 2-3 minute promo. And she went on after that about how Ronda, yes, Ronda was quote unquote handpicked. Let me get back over to this screen. She went on about how Ronda was, handpicked, that Ronda hadn't yet faced adversity or had a real challenge in the WWE. And she's like, you called yourself the baddest bitch, but at Survivor Series, you'll just be mine. And, of course, that got a huge, yes chant. Excuse me.
You're not excused.
Becky is, no pun intended, Becky's on fire right now.
She's always been on fire. Just they wasn't telling her like that.
But, she's in this different gear, man. Since she's become champion and changed into what WWE's trying to book as a heel, even though she gets nothing but face reactions, she's been on this different level than she was a year ago. She's got motivation again.
So she's getting tired of being pushed down.
And she said some really real shit in this promo about, Ronda was handpicked to be, the champion. There was no fighting her way up. She just, here you go, title shot, second match in, third match in. You can be the champion, just got to win. And then she's wrestling Alexa Bliss and Nikki Bella. She hasn't, and they're talking about how Ronda ran through all the competition on Raw. What? She's not ran through the competition.
And then she also said she wasn't champion.
Yes, she did. She said she's not the champion because she's not done what Becky's had to do to scratch and claw and fight through injuries and fight through adversity and make your way, push your way through like she's had to. Ronda was, here you go. She's like, yeah, you have a belt, but you're not a champion, not yet.
Becky had to prove that she was the better on Raw.
And she said that, she's not had actual competition yet, and that Becky's going to give her competition, and, no one's picking her to win, but she's going to. She's going to prove everyone wrong. I know this is going to be a great match. I have no doubt in my mind this is going to be a great match.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match.
But Becky wasn't done there. Becky says, I'm all fired up. I want competition. Well, here comes Sanity. I was waiting for freaking Charlotte's music hit, but thank God it didn't. But here comes Sanity, introducing Nikki Cross.
Honestly, I would have hopped in my new fancy car and just drove around town. If that would have happened.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know about you. I gotta say this. There's 2 matches for this show, maybe 3, that I'm actually excited to see for Survivor Series. One is AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar, because last year's match was probably the best match Brock had in a year. Easily best match he had in a year. But AJ Styles is that guy who can do that.
And he still lost.
Well, yeah, because they were on their way to push Roman. So they didn't want Brock to lose to anybody.
Brock needs to lose. Brock needs to walk away and fade away.
See, here's my only issue when it comes to you. If you don't like someone, you won't even give a match a chance or even try to think a match is good because you just don't like them. Well, I don't like them, so that means the match is bad. But when in actuality, Brock actually worked a match with AJ. It wasn't a long match, but it was impactful. AJ got all his moves in. Brock got all his moves in. AJ actually had offense. AJ actually looked like for a second he was going to beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and yet again, my point. He works with smaller guys.
Well, it was champion versus champion.
He doesn't want to work with bigger guys.
No, that's why he wrestled Undertaker. That's why he wrestled Big Show. That's why he's faced Braun Strowman several times, and Kane, and Roman, and Joe.
And how long do those matches,
small guys.
How long do those matches last?
Anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. That's just his deal now, though. That's been his deal for a couple of years. He's not wrestled little guys since he's been back. AJ is the only guy he's actually had a match with that was small.
Finlay? Why do I keep saying Finlay?
He didn't have a match with Balor.
Balor.
He didn't have one.
He was in that one match.
No, they did not have a match together. Didn't happen.
I could have swore that they was in that Fatal 4-Way or whatever it was.
No, that was Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman.
No, I'm talking about way before Samoa Joe even stepped on
Samoa
the show.
Joe? Who's Samoa Joe?
Samoa showed up on the show.
No, Balor has not wrestled Brock Lesnar. It's not happened. Trust me, it's never happened. You can look it up, but you're just going to be wrong. Never happened. Do you want me to name off everyone he's faced since he's come back? I can do it from memory. Would you like me to do it? Or would you like to just move on? Because I know. So, anyways, and when you're a WWE champion, I don't think it should matter what your size is. You're the WWE champion. That there's no weight limit.
What I was talking about, that's when he works. Because he'd rather wrestle smaller guys.
Oh, he worked the match with Triple H. He worked the match with Roman the first time. He worked the SummerSlam match. He worked the match with Braun.
That first match with Roman was
actually the best match.
One-sided.
Which one are you talking about?
Roman was busted open and spitting up blood and slammed all over the place.
That's almost
beat him to the stairs.
Are you talking about this year's WrestleMania?
No.
Because he wasn't
I
busted
haven't
open.
watched this year's WrestleMania.
Sometimes I think JD makes things up, or thinks he thinks things, and they're not always accurate.
I watched it.
All right, which one? Give me a name. I want to know, so I know exactly what's your reference point. Come on, you gotta be quicker than that. You're supposed to be knowing stuff, but then half the time you don't even know what shows you're talking about.
I don't have to know the shows. I know.
Yeah, you do. You want to claim to know so much about wrestling, but you don't.
I have proven you wrong a lot of times.
I am so much quicker on the trigger with this stuff.
I've proven you wrong a lot of times. I don't have to tell you what show. Yes, I have.
What show?
Because you've looked it up and you're like, oh.
What show? What show? Which one was it? You should know this. You seem to know what it was. Go ahead, tell me. You don't have to embarrass yourself. Just say I don't know what show.
I said I don't have to know what show it is.
Yeah,
I already said that.
It was WrestleMania 31 was their
no,
first
I'm not
match.
talking about WrestleMania because it wasn't a WrestleMania.
They've only faced each other a few times at they've wrestled WrestleMania 31. They had a triple threat match at Fastlane the following year for where Roman got to go to WrestleMania to face Triple H at 32. Then they were involved in the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam. Then they had the match at WrestleMania this year. Then at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and then at SummerSlam. That's it. The only times they've ever interacted in a match.
That's not.
That is it.
That's not on that streak.
That is it. That's all they've done.
That's not on that streak.
I'm moving on because he's wasting my time. He's wasting my time. So the other match that I'm interested in is the Sheamus Cesaro versus AOP match. I'm interested to see how that match goes. Those guys aren't small. They're not going to get dinged around. And then the Becky Lynch freaking Ronda Rousey match is, I really want to know exactly how that's going to go. I'm like more than buzzed about seeing how this match goes. I can't see them doing Becky wrong. So as far as Nikki and Becky go, that was a great little debut for Nikki Cross. However, I'm torn. Nikki will probably be mishandled on the roster, as everyone is. She'll fade away after a month or so. You won't ever see her. She'll be on Superstars and Main Event and never actually on the main show. But hey, it was a physical match. It's fast-paced, great back and forth. Like I said, a good debut for Nikki Cross. But Nikki had to tap to disarm her. But, of course, at the end, you just see Nikki's face smiling and laughing like she loves it. Obviously. She's such a great person when it comes to crazy. I want to play Becky. I want to play Becky. I want to play Becky. And Becky's like, I don't play. I fight. She throws the microphone, takes her jacket off, and they fight. Also, thank God Becky's not in that stupid singlet anymore.
Pause for a second. She said, I want to play once. And then she said, let's play like 4 or 5 times. Let's play.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't say I want to play. I said, oh, God. I should just punch you sometime. I swear to God, you're like annoying. Yeah, this is me really being frustrated with him because he's so like nitpicky about something. She said, let's play, not I want to play. Actually, no, they don't have it up, so I can't show you. Anyway, I'm an asshole. Hi, I'm Zach, and I'm an asshole. Hi, Zach. They should have like an AA for assholes. I'm like addicted to being one. It's amazing. Anyways, more Miz and Daniel Bryan stuff. We had Rey Mysterio versus Almas. It was a good match. I wasn't enthused for it because ultimately it meant nothing for Almas. And of course, Almas loses. Way to build up your new characters. A guy who was NXT champion had match of the fucking year against Johnny Gargano. A 5-star match is now losing to Rey Mysterio in less than 10 minutes on SmackDown. I don't care. And he plays into no factor of any sort for Survivor Series. Hey, way to build young talent. Woo! We'll just keep putting over older talent. Ugh. But it was a good match. Good pace. Rey looked great. 619, 1, 2, 3, and then Randy Orton came out and RKO'd Rey Mysterio afterwards. I don't care. I don't care. This is probably the one match tonight I honestly didn't care. Rey Mysterio, I get it. He's a bigger name. You want him on your roster, but you're burying younger talent for older talent. WWE, please listen. I know you guys listen in because you've already gave me a copyright strike. Please listen to me. Start building your younger talent so you have bigger talent, so you're not having to call up Brock Lesnar, not having to try to get a Rock. Do something, man. Do something. Build your talent. I want fresh names. I want names that you can make. Oh, this is the next Rock. This is the next Austin. You guys don't have that. We don't need another call to John Cena. Cena's not going to come and answer your calls much longer, okay? Cena, I think, is about yay close to quitting and being done with the business forever. He didn't take the payday for Crown Jewel. He's not always going to be there. What are y'all going to do? Figure it out, WWE. And when you do, y'all come let me know. Squirrel. Okay.
You're a squirrel?
I don't know. Would you agree? They need to start figuring out something. They're not always going to have John Cena. They're not always going to get a Rock. They're not going to always be able to get the bigger names. They shouldn't. I mean, how much longer can they expect Undertaker or Triple H or someone to come in and wrestle? Shawn Michaels ain't going to wrestle forever.
He can't last forever.
So yeah, AJ Styles promo. He talked about being champion for a year, how it started there. He talked about facing Brock Lesnar last year and losing, how people think it's going to be the same this year, and how he's going to win. That he's going to win, and because he's the phenomenal AJ Styles, and that's it was a great promo. I'm just to the end of this, and I realize I'm at a frustrated point again. But then Paige came out, and Paige introduced all the women for the team. There was Carmella, there was Naomi, Sonya Deville, which I actually kind of like. It's a talent that's not big, but being put on a team to get some shine. Then you had Asuka, who should be the damn captain. Then she introduced Charlotte, who didn't come out. But there's a part where Charlotte's music's playing, and you see Naomi utter the words, "Why is she on the team?" When your own team's already against you being on it, that's not a good sign. But instead, we got Mandy Rose. And before Mandy could utter a word, Paige is all like, "You're not taking her spot, Mandy. You're not getting Charlotte's spot. It ain't happening." She's like, "Okay, that's fine." But then she asked, "Well, why Sonya Deville on this team? Why'd you pick her over me?" Well, because Sonya Deville can actually freaking wrestle. Okay, Sonya Deville has a legit MMA background. I think I'd rather have her than you and your big tits and your blonde hair, okay? The best thing you can do, Mandy, is look at me pose. I'm the Bellas 2.0. I'm what Eva Marie was gonna be. Get the fuck out of here, Mandy Rose. You suck. Don't show up on my TV ever again, okay? Disappear. You and Lana go sit in the corner, look pretty, and eat something at catering, okay? That's what you can do. Be a manager. Maybe you'll be worth something to everybody. Get the fuck out of here. Then she insults everyone. But when she gets to Naomi, she said the wrong damn thing. She pissed Naomi off. Says, "Hey, Naomi, are you sure everyone can still feel the glow?" Everyone's like, "Yay!" She says, "Like your husband." Pulled the hair back. Bitch got ratchet. She snatched her up. What's that? The snatcher? Is that what they call it? Snatch her by the hair, snatch her by the wig, or something like that. Well, she snatched her up, and they had to break them apart. And then she left. There was no point to that. Zero points. And the thing ended. So, and they even announced on the website that there's 4 members of the team for the SmackDown women, but Charlotte's not actually officially in the match because she didn't show up. So next week will probably be Paige calling her out, "Will you please be the captain?" And Charlotte will be like, "I'll be your captain."
Please don't show up next week.
She will. That's what's going to happen next week. They're not going to have a show without Charlotte.
No.
They're not going to have a show without Charlotte. She'll be there. It's okay. It's going to happen. So we get to the main event. Joe versus Hardy. I already knew earlier today who was going to win this match. Thank you, people of Twitter, for blowing that out there and letting us know. Thank you. You all suck. Because this was a pre-recorded show, of course. So everyone had to put the results. Kim Ray, on Twitter, I'm calling you out. I know you're the uber Jeff Hardy fan. But for the love of God, just because the man lost, don't mean you have to put it on Twitter because you're all sour because Jeff lost. Okay? Keep it to your damn self and wait till the show actually happens to say something. I know, you will, like, this person's crazy. She'll go seeking out freaking every house show that they're ever on just to get Jeff Hardy pictures. Hey, people who are here at this SmackDown show, send me Jeff Hardy pictures. I need Jeff Hardy pictures. That's what I was doing that night we went to the show, getting her Jeff Hardy pictures.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
No, I'm not that bad.
About somebody with somebody else.
I'm not that bad about anything. Then she'll like seek out the information for the shows that are pre-recorded. She'll seek out information for the Supernatural cons and watch it at home. She'll find links to it and watch the shit. Fucking crazy.
I know somebody would have a poster right there of a certain blonde person.
Who?
That's a guy.
Who? Seriously, you're talking like in riddles. Just say it.
Yeah.
Who?
You don't know who.
No, I don't.
Supernatural.
He's not even blonde. Dude, yeah, I have a man crush. Oh my God, it's so horrible. I'm fucking man enough to say that. I'm not some pussy.
I was just saying that you would have a poster
No,
right
I wouldn't.
there.
No, I wouldn't have a poster of the dude. I'm not gay. First of all, okay? I'm not some... No, I'm not going to say the word I was going to use.
If you had a Supernatural poster, it didn't matter who was in the poster, you would have it right there.
For this, maybe. But I wouldn't just go buy a poster for the shit of it, just to have one. I know he's trying to make me look like an idiot, but it's not working. I'm not like obsessed with the man. I have a man crush. Yeah, I love the show. I've watched the show a bunch. I watched a bunch of shows.
You know more about the show than anything else.
Because I watch it. I'm a dedicated fan to the show.
You break it down, you study it, you stare at it. You go over it, you review it, you tear it down, back to front, down and up, and you have a problem when somebody brings it up.
And that somehow equates to me being obsessed with... No, I'm not obsessed.
The show.
She's obsessed with an individual.
I was talking about the show.
Oh my God. Sorry for being a super fan of a show, but I'm not to the point of her where I'm going to go like paying hundreds of dollars to go see them or paying money to watch a live stream from home. Not going to do it. I was obsessed with wrestling at one point, but I was also a teenager. So it is what it is. Anyways, Samoa Joe won. He's the last member of Team Raw. That Daniel Bryan beat him up, beat up Miz, who tried to break that up because, hey, you're the captain. You shouldn't be doing this.
Arm drag. Shame.
It was a judo throw, but yeah.
It's still an arm drag.
Slightly different. Judo throws are real and actually will throw your arm out of socket. But, you know. And then Shane just kind of sat there and Daniel just kind of walked off like, nah, whatever.
An arm drag isn't real. An arm drag is from amateur wrestling and it can throw your arm out of socket.
I would like to see you try. I'd like to see you try.
I've seen it.
I'd love to see you try. Watch what happens if you have tried. I would love to see it. I would love to. That's how quickly I break your arm. Anyways, this is just us all the time. Don't think we're going to fight on camera. This is just how we always are. It's how it's always been since, well, we were teenagers, pretty much, right? So don't know one thing. My God, these guys just, this is how we've always been. So
he gets in my face, turns around and walks off.
Yeah.
Like a month ago, gets in my face about his sister. And I didn't even say anything about his sister.
I'm overprotective.
And then storms off when nothing was even mentioned about his sister. I was standing there not saying anything to him, and he snaps off for no reason.
So, overall thoughts of SmackDown? I'm kind of in the middle. So
how is this?
I'm a little up, middle. I'm a little down. You know, or I'm sorry, Simon, down, as Simon likes to say. Up. For some reason, he always says the opposite when he does something. Why?
It's Simon.
Here's why. Simon Miller from What Culture?
I'd rather watch Simon Dean than that.
Simon Dean. That guy sucks.
Or the guy that was a police officer that dressed in pink.
Oh. Rico. Goodness gracious.
I knew his name. I knew you would say it. Rico Suave.
Anyways, this is your SmackDown Live review. I'm not going over everything. Everything you need to find is down in the comments. Go ahead, look in there.
You need to bring him back as a manager for the cops.
Oh, he's a cop. He's
You
not
need to bring him back
to
as a manager for the cops on Raw.
Nah, I think he's content.
Oh, by the way, where they been?
They're not on TV because Fandango had to have surgery.
Well, then you need to replace him.
I would never be a fashion police because I have bad fashion. So we're getting off here. This was SmackDown. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for your NXT UK and your NXT review. Both will be live on the channel tomorrow night. I don't know what time, at least after NXT, because I'm not sure what time the UK show comes on.
Do you know what time anything is?
I do not know tomorrow. I know when I'm watching it, I'll put out a tweet that I'm about to get on there, but that's about it.
You need to know more facts.
I will learn more facts. So I'm off here. Peace out, homeboys.
You're off here. What about me? Am I staying on here? No.
He's JD, and no one really cares.
Oh.
Bye, everybody. Oh, God. I bet we didn't even get 20. Only 23 playbacks.
You guys are like a married couple.
Yeah.
Hello, I want to distract you. Ha ha.
You want to